Hello and welcome to another packed edition of Big Centre TV's weekly film show. Coming up, we'll be reporting on a special treat for Star Wars fans in Birmingham and showing you the new trailer for the latest short film from West Midlands movie maker David Toms. First though, it's another busy week for our new releases at local cinemas, and topping the bill is a film called Legend, where Tom Hardy plays not one but two roles as Ronald and Reggie Kray.
London in the 1960s. Everyone had a story about the craze.
I come here for a proper shootout. What do you do with that rolling pin? You gonna bake me a cake? Rich, you won't mind if I fight back, will you?
These are the Kray twins, Ronald and Reginald.
You take my breath away. You must be Francis. Do you think we look alike?
Do you like being a gangster?
I like the money and the respect.
Your brother Ron is violent and psychopathic. He's off his rocker.
Wow, no. A shootout, right? It's a shootout!
Like a West.
We're talking about being gangsters, which is what we are.
The mafia's made inquiries.
London is going to be the Las Vegas of Europe.
We can handle it.
You come to Philadelphia, you see a nice Italian girl, we'll get it for you.
I prefer boys. Italians. Sometimes Greek, but I am not prejudiced.
You got a lot of balls to admit that, kid.
Me and my brother, we're gonna rule London. You're not laughing now, are you? Are you mad?
Do something about Ron.
I can't do that. He's my brother.
Don't want a life like this.
She knows too many things about us.
We're going down into the sewer after the craze.
My loyalty for my brother is how I measure myself.
What about your loyalty to me?
Crime is still a business. You don't want a war.
Yeah, I do, actually. Listen to yourself, Ron. You're nuts! Blood is thicker than water. You hit me. You're not afraid of anything. Well, I am myself, you know. And you.
This is an acquired taste of the film, really. It's a brutal, blood-spattered 18 certificate portrait of London's notorious gangsters, which certainly captures the sounds and images of the 1950s and 60s very well. Though I'm not sure what I made of Tom Hardy's double-header of a performance. When either of the Kray brothers are on screen alone, it seemed to work, but when they're together, it all just became a little bit of a mysterious headache to me. Toning down the violence to a 12A certificate, this week's other big release is the second Maze Runner movie called The Scorch Trials. Now, in the first film, a group of young people with amnesia spent most of their time trying to escape a mysterious maze. Well, their luck hasn't changed in this one, which sees them come face to face with a gang of flesh-hungry predators called the Cranks.
Thomas, it's okay.
The world outside's hanging on by a very thin thread. It's only a matter of time before the flare virus wipes the rest of us out. This entire facility is designed to keep you safe.
Where are they taking her? They're hiding something. These people are not who they say they are. Thomas, what did you see? We never escaped. It's wicked. It's all just been part of their plan.
I really only have one question. Whose side are you on? Thomas! The maze is one thing, but you kids won't last one day out in the scorch.
There's something inside of us that Wicked wants, so we can't let them find us. You guys don't have to come with me. I know we can make it.
Come on, follow me! No one's come out of the Scorch in a long time. Let's go! Go!
Go, go!
All those kids that were left behind, I don't want to end up like that.
Hello, Thomas.
You know me?
I
A lot of our friends died for us to get this far. So we can't give up.
This is about everyone Wicked's ever taken. They'll never stop. So I'm gonna stop them.
Don't you want to know why this all happened? You're so close to the truth.
Well, there's echoes of the Hunger Games franchise about this, but The Scorch Trials is a movie in its own right, and it moves along at a cracking pace, giving us a chance to get to know a little bit more about all the young characters. It also sets everything up nicely for the third chapter, The Death Cure, which is due to arrive at our cinemas in January 2017. Now then, when it comes to movie makers who like to give us a twist in the tale, well, they don't come more legendary than M. Night Shyamalan. And he's the man who brought us The Sixth Sense when Haley Joel Osment famously saw dead people and followed it up with the likes of Unbroken and Signs. But I think it's fair to say he's been searching for another mega hit for some time now. His latest offering is a film called The Visit, where two siblings spend a week at the home of grandparents they've never before met. And it's not long before they find it's going to be a time they won't forget in a hurry. That's because Grandma has 3 rules. 1, have a great time. 2, eat as much as you want. And 3, don't ever leave your bedroom after 9:30. I wonder why.
This is Maria Bella Jameson, my Nana. And this is my Pop-Pop.
Grandma's hand used to hand
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We're visiting for the week.
Miss you guys.
We're having a great time. I wanted to spend time with you for so long, Nana.
I have not seen your Nana this happy in years. Bedtime here is 9:30. You two shouldn't come out of your room after that.
Good night.
Good night.
What is that? Nana? What the hell was that? I think Nana's not feeling well.
Grandmother is fine.
Nana and Pop-Up are acting strange.
I knew we were gonna have this call. They're just weird people.
Hey, why is Nana staring into the well? Hi, Pop-Up! Pop-Up! Mom, there's something wrong with Nana and Pop-Pop.
They're just old.
We're just cleaning it.
What is in the shed? Nana? Are you down here?
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
Stop! Nana, stop!
I think it's fair to say The Visit is more slightly creepy rather than downright scary. He uses this old handheld camera work trick and asks the audience to accept some fairly crazy jumps in logic. If you can do that, well, this might be worth a watch, just about. Now then, a few weeks back, local filmmaker David Toms came to visit here in the Brummywood studio to tell us about his latest short film called After. Well, it's now emerged from the cutting room, ready to set off on the festival circuit. It stars Charles O'Neill and Luke Goddard, and is the story of one man who's left alone on his family's farm, making do with his own company until a mysterious stranger arrives.
I have so much I need to say to you. I am so sorry for everything that happened. Where'd you come from?
Into the break here, and I've only got about 10 seconds, haven't I, at the end of this? So.
I'm Dylan. When were you born?
2013.
I could not go through the illness taking both of you. For the past few days, I've had a helping hand. He's gone now. See you very soon, Harry.
Well, we'll be keeping tabs on that film and seeing how it fares over the coming months. Now, after the break, we'll be looking ahead to one of this autumn's most powerful pieces of cinema. We'll also be taking you into the world of the new Men from U.N.C.L.E. and, of course, reporting on a Star Wars event which is happening in a galaxy not that far away at all. Don't forget, if you've got a movie-themed event you'd like us to help promote, get in touch with us, movies@bigcentre.tv. We'll see you again after the break. Welcome back to Big Centre's TV's movie show, Brummywood Yammywood. Now, one of the big box office hits of the past few weeks has been the return of the Men from U.N.C.L.E., with Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer stepping into the shoes of the 1960s spies made famous by Robert Vaughn and David McCallum. Well, we've got a special treat for fans this week with an extended 5-minute look into the crazy world which has been created by director Guy Ritchie. See what you make of this.
Are they still following us?
Yes.
Does he have just one hand on the steering wheel?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear something that sounds like a gunshot, drive.
Did you get him?
Let's just hope he doesn't drive as quickly as he moves. Take a right.
And then an immediate left.
Now what?
Take another left through the window. After you. Hurry. Nicely done.
Our commitment to defend Western Europe and West Berlin stands undiminished.
What I'm about to feed you, Solo, might taste a little bitter.
Where are we going with this, sir?
Убивай своего нового партнера в первый же день.
What does that mean? He said, don't kill your partner on your first day.
I know what he said. What does it mean?
This is the most dangerous time in our history. We recently discovered an international criminal organization with an atom bomb.
We have no choice but to work together on this.
You ought to investigate Victoria Vinciguerra.
America teaming up with Russia. That doesn't sound very friendly.
Obviously, I was briefed about your criminal background. Your balls are at the end of a very long leash held by a very short man.
Special Forces, KGB, the youngest man to join, in fact, and their best within 3 years. I do wonder if it was your father's shame that gave you such drive, though. Or was it your mother's reputation? I understand that she was extremely popular amongst your father's friends. See you tomorrow.
The plot is, stop me if I get this wrong, a stealth attack on the island from the sea. The rest is up to you.
The thing is, I work better alone.
I work better alone, too. What is that?
Super hardened boron sharpened with a CO2 laser.
CO2 laser.
Coming?
So you're a thief. I hope you wear a mask.
Sometimes. Just never when I'm stealing things.
What's my cover?
I'm your fiancé. Congratulations.
Told you, we're teaming up with the Russians. Doesn't get any more Russian than the Red Peril here.
Don't you make me put you over my knee.
So you don't want to dance, but you do want to wrestle.
No, I did not say that.
For a special agent, you're not having a very special day, are you?
And I'm feeling.
They will send an army to stop us.
We must give them an appropriate welcome.
See
things could get a little messy. End of the world, that kind of thing.
You're trembling.
That's because I'm scared.
It's going to be okay.
Oh, and you have a new code name.
Code name?
Yes, rather a good one.
Uncle.
How's that for entertainment?
Crazy roller coaster ride of a movie, and I don't know whether it's just me, but is Henry Cavill seem to be putting out his audition to become the next James Bond in that one? Not so sure. Of course, the film also stars Justin Pearson, the West Midlands stuntman, who was in here in the Brummywood studio a few weeks back, punching me in the face, among other things. Now then, when you're facing the world's biggest mountain, what do you need? You need one of the biggest and most powerful casts. And that's exactly what the producers of Everest have assembled. Jake Gyllenhaal, Keira Knightley, Sam Worthington, Robin Wright, Josh Brolin and Emily Watson are all on the list, as well as the woman you've just seen in action, the Man from U.N.C.L.E. movie, the femme fatale Elizabeth Debicki. Well, it opens at our cinemas later this month, but here's a taste of some of the challenges which were faced by the production crew during filming in some pretty hairy locations.
Human beings simply aren't built to function at the cruising altitude of a 747.
A lot of people ask why we would go and do this sort of thing, why we would risk our lives.
Our bodies will be literally dying.
How long's the Star Wars trailer?
Everest is another beast altogether.
Often it's not about getting to the top. Everest presents this idea of conquering something or facing something, maybe their fears.
There is also an element in our lives of, well, why would you not try and do as much as you could with your life? Why would you not try and achieve as much as you can?
I gotta ask the question, you know I do. Why?
I have kids. If they see a regular guy can follow impossible dreams, maybe they'll do the same.
Nothing can ever match that first time. That was the 137th person to climb Everest. The 5 of us on the summit were the only 5 people on the mountain above 21,300 feet. And it felt very pristine and very remote, and the mountain felt very big.
A lot of the worries and concerns that we have in our everyday lives are forgotten. You go into the mountains, you're dealing with survival, staying alive, making decisions that directly related to your well-being. You realise that all that baggage that we carry around with us have all been left behind. You become very refreshed, almost like a rebirth.
This is suffering, man.
A few more days. For the rest of your life, you'll be a guy that got to the top of Everest.
Go up there with great intentions, maybe there's a little hubris, maybe there's a little escapism, and you deal with something that's so much grander than anything you could ever comprehend, and yet you don't really know that until it consumes you.
Look at me. Don't do that to me again, eh?
For me, Everest is a metaphor for any kind of ambition. You might ask, why do you need to climb Everest? And nobody can really answer that. That's part of why people go on difficult journeys, to find out who they are at the core of themselves.
There is competition between every person and this mountain. The last word always belongs to a mountain.
That's Everest there, and I have to say I'm really looking forward to that one. Now, finally this week, it can't have escaped anyone's attention that there's a new Star Wars movie coming out this year. Well, to celebrate the release of Episode 7, the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra and the CBSO Chorus will be at Symphony Hall next month to perform a thrilling night of music from the first 6 blockbuster films. It's all happening on October the 16th, and it'll take in composer John Williams' most famous creations, running through from The Phantom Menace right through to Return of the Jedi. The West Midlands' own Hollywood voiceover expert Mark Silk, who's worked on the series, will also be there sharing stories and anecdotes about working with George Lucas and the crew. Tickets are now on sale. Just in case you need to get into the mood, we'll leave you with the latest glimpse of the new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, which arrives at our cinemas in December. We'll see you next week.
The Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it. You have that power too.